Hello and welcome to Pouches and More. Today we'll be preparing this beautiful heart pouch. This is how it looks. It's got enough space inside so you can keep your makeup, also a phone. It's a fabric pouch which is stylish as well as completely useful. So let's quickly check out the materials required to make this beautiful pouch. We require 2 pieces of main fabric and they have been fused with interfacing. This is the paper interfacing that we have used, and these two measure 7 inches by 8 inches. We also require 1 piece of main fabric, the same interfacing, and this is 14 inches by 3 inches. 2 pieces of the main fabric again fused with interfacing, 10.5 inches by 1 3/4 inch. 2 pieces of lining fabric, 7 inches by 8 inch. 2 pieces of lining fabric, 1 3/4 inch by 10.5 inch. 1 piece of lining fabric, 14 inches by 3 inch. Quilting sheet, 2 pieces, and this is the quilting that we will be using, and this measures 8 inches by 9 inches. For the gusset we'll be using the thinner sheet, and this measures, we require 2 pieces, 11 inches by 2 inches, and 1 inch, 14.5 inch by 3.5 inch. We require a zip that is 12 inches long, 1 swivel clasp and 1 D-ring. So these are all the materials required. Along with this we'll be requiring 1 strip of bias banding 44 inches into 1.5 inch. So first we'll begin the quilting. We'll take the main fabric, we'll keep the quilting sheet like this, and the main fabric wrong side facing the quilting sheet, that is the fused paper facing the quilting sheet, will be stitching it. The same will do for the other piece also. On the wrong side we'll be placing the quilting sheet and we'll be stitching this. We'll be doing the same quilting for the gusset, that is the single piece as well as the double piece, that is the zipper sides. So here first we'll be stitching all the quilting sheets along with the main fabrics. These are the gussets, the zipper sides also. Everything will be placing it on the wrong side and stitching. So we have finished quilting everything. We're just going to cut the extras. Our main body is ready. Now we'll put the lining sheet on the wrong side of the quilting of the main fabric that we just quilted, and we'll be making a stitch right on the edge, and the same thing will do for the other piece also. This is the pattern that we'll be doing. We are taking a rectangle of 7 inches by 8 inches. The 8-inch side we'll be folding in half. Once you fold it in half, on the folded side, this is the open side, on the folded side we'll take a marking of 1.5 inch. You can also take 1 inch. Once we do this marking of 1 inch or 1.5 inch, we'll be taking all around quarter inch line. We'll be making a quarter inch line all around. Now our heart will be coming inside this quarter inch line. How to draw a heart, I think that everybody knows, so I won't be getting into the detail of it. We'll just be drawing a heart inside this quarter inch rectangle, and from the 1.5 or 1 inch mark that we did. Once we finish drawing the heart, we are going to cut this. So this will be our pattern. Our pattern is ready. We need to do one other thing. So for that again we have folded it in half. On the top part where we took the 1.5 inch mark, we'll be making a 1 inch mark on the curved part. So 1 inch mark on the curved part. Also on the base, that is the tip base, we are going to make 1 inch mark away from it. So these are the two 1 inch marks where the zip will have to come. So the zip will be coming in between this part. So 1 inch and 1 inch both sides. This pattern will be cutting on our main body, that is which we quilted. The main body that we quilted, will be tracing the pattern on the lining fabric, that is on the wrong side of both the sides, that is both bodies. We have traced the pattern. Now the zip mark that we did 1 inch, we are going to mark that on our fabric also. So we're just going to place it exactly matching the line, and we're going to make this 1 inch mark on the fabric also. So on one side we have done this on the right side. On the other side we'll have to put it on the opposite side. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to fold, we are going to cut this mark. We are going to make a small cut on both these 1 inch marks, and we'll be placing it on the opposite side. So left side we'll be placing this like this. Again we'll align it all around like exactly on the heart that we drew, and this is the mark. We are going to make a mark over here, and down also we have cut over here, so 1 inch. So both sides we have made it on the opposite side, so that when they come together they will be like this. Now we are going to make a stitch right on the edge all around this heart. We have made a stitch and we have also cut the fabrics. Next we will go on to preparing the zipper panel. So for that we have placed the panel right side facing up, main fabric, slider side facing down, align it from the top and clip it together. We'll take a lining fabric right side facing down, align it from the sides and the top, and again clip them together. So here right sides are together, zipper is in between. We are going to make a straight stitch over here. Once a straight stitch is done, we need to make a top stitch. For that we'll open both the fabrics like this, put them on one side. So both fabrics are on one side, finger press the stitch line, and we're going to make a top stitch over here. We have made a top stitch on the zipper side. Now all around also we need to make a stitch, that is only to hold the fabrics together. So all around this panel we are going to make a stitch, that is to hold both the fabrics together. One side of the panel is done, all around we have stitched. Now for the other side we do the exact same thing, right side facing down, align it with the other side of the zipper tape, side also align, and we are going to clip it. Here right sides are together, main fabric, flip it over, lining fabric, right sides together, align from the sides and clip them together. So here lining fabric, right sides together, main fabric, right sides together, a simple straight stitch. Our stitch is done. We are going to do the same thing that we did for the other side. Going to put both the fabrics together, that is the lining fabric and the main fabric. We're going to put it on one side, finger press the stitch line, and we're going to make a top stitch as well as a stitch all around on the edge of the panel, that is to hold the fabrics together. So just as we did for the other side, we'll do on this side also. All around we are going to stitch. Next we'll also prepare the pull tab for completing this panel. So we have taken this fabric, we have just got the raw edges to the center, folded the raw edges to the center, and again we have folded them together. We need to make a stitch on this both sides. We're just going to clip it and keep it. The same thing we'll do on the other side. Also we need to make a stitch. We have folded it the same way as we did for the other one. Now for the swivel clasp we are going to do the same thing. The method is the same. Just get the fold the fabrics to the center, the raw edges to the center, and again make another fold. Now this is what we have done. Here we are going to insert this into the swivel clasp before we stitch the entire thing. Now once we slide the swivel clasp inside, we are going to open the ends like this. So both ends, see that the fabric is absolutely straight. Both ends we are going to open it like this and put the right sides together. So the wrong side is facing out, the right sides will be together, and we are going to make a stitch on the edge. So this is for the swivel clasp. Our stitch is done. We are just going to open this, finger press it, so it's going to become flat, and we are going to again fold them together. That is how it was initially. So we are going to get them together, and now we will be making a stitch all around on both the sides. We have finished stitching all around. Now we are going to put the swivel clasp right where the stitch is. Where we did the stitch, we are going to put it right over there, and we're just going to put both these straps together and make a stitch that is only to hold the swivel clasp. Both our tabs are ready. One we are just going to simply fold it like this and keep it. We are going to make a stitch on this that is only to hold it together. On the other one, we are going to put this into the D-ring. So here we have got the D-ring. We are going to put this into the D-ring, and we are going to make a stitch on this, that is to hold the D-ring. Our panel is ready. Now on either side of the zipper teeth we need to place these tabs that we prepared. On this side we are going to get the slider right inside. Now where the zip opens, that is the V part, we are going to place the D-ring tab. So this is the D-ring tab. This is from where the zip will be opening, that is the top part, we will be placing the D-ring tab. On the bottom we will be placing the simple tab that we did. Loop side will be facing inside and the raw edge outside. We are just going to clip this and keep it. So we need to make a stitch on both these tabs. This is the base and this is the top. This is where the zip will be opening, it's the top. We are going to stitch this. So our zipper panel is completely ready along with the tabs. We are going to cut the extra zip now. The zipper panel will be attaching it to our gusset. So for that, the right side will be facing up. Now the gusset panel, right side will be facing down. So right sides of the main fabric will be together. We're just going to align them all around and clip them. Now on the lining fabric side, we're going to place the lining fabric, right sides together, again clip them. Here we need to make a straight stitch. So here we've got main fabric, right sides together, and the lining fabrics also, right sides together, a straight stitch over here. Our straight stitch is done. Now we'll open both the fabrics and put them on one side. This is for making the top stitch. So both fabrics will go on one side and we'll be making a top stitch over here. One side is done. We have made the top stitch. Now for the other side, right side will be facing up and this is how it will be joined to the other side. So right sides together again on the other side. Flip it over, lining fabric, right sides together. Clip them together. So here we need to make a straight stitch. This is how it will be looking from the side. So here now we need to make a straight stitch. Our straight stitch is done and this is how it looks. Now before we make the top stitch over here, we'll just put the fabrics together. That is, we are going to flip them over to the lining fabric side and we are just going to measure this with our main body. So here we have made marks. We are just going to align the marks and just measure the edge whether they are equal. This is the time we can make any adjustments in case it is long or short. We can make adjustments over here since we haven't made a top stitch on the other side of the panel. So that is the reason before making the top stitch we will measure the entire thing whether it is perfect or no. So here this is the top part and it is perfect over here. So this is perfect. In case it is not perfect, you can always open the stitch on the other side and make adjustments. So here we have only stitched, that's the reason. Before making the top stitch, we'll make any adjustments whatsoever in case we have to. Now we need to do another thing. So here we have made the marks for our 1 inch marks for our zipper panel. We'll do another thing. It's at a distance of 1 inch from the center. So the same thing we'll do over here. So 1 inch away from the zipper panel, we'll be making 2 marks. So here top mark and this is the down mark. So we are going to make these 2 marks, that is 1 inch away from the zipper panel, since it is the centers will be 1 inch away from the zipper panel. Now we will have to align this also. So this is the top and this is the base mark, that is the center marks that we just did. So while aligning, we can match these 2 also and align it all around. So now we are going to make the top stitch. One side we haven't done the top stitch, so here we'll be making a top stitch. And we'll also do another thing. Just to hold the fabrics together, we are going to make a side stitch over here on the edge on both the sides. This side we have already done, so this side we'll do the top side stitch also. Now we will align either from the center or the zipper panels, completely optional. Align all around and clip them, and then we'll have to stitch. So we'll start aligning from our center mark. This is the center mark, that is 1 inch away from the zipper panel. Here it is. We are going to pin this first neatly to the fabric, and then we'll continue clipping all around. So either way you can either align the zipper marks also. So I'll be aligning the center mark over here, and I'm going to pin it right in the center so that it does not move. Once I have put the pin, I'll be aligning the edges. So both the edges I'll be aligning it neatly and clipping. Now here we have got a curved part on top, so we can make small cuts all around and then align the edges both sides. It will be easier. So here the zipper panel has been is aligning perfectly with the mark that we did, and we'll continue clipping till the end now. And we are also going to stitch this. We have stitched all around, and this is how it will be looking. Now this top part, it has got a sharp V, we're just going to make a small cut right till the stitch mark. Do not cut the stitch mark. Till the stitch mark we're just going to make a small cut, and now here we'll turn it to the right side. So this is the small cut. We'll just turn it to the right side and we'll check whether we are happy with the shape or no. If we feel we are completely satisfied, we'll have to continue binding it now. So the shape is okay. We again turn it back to the wrong side, and now we will be binding the raw edge completely. So for that we'll first fold it. We're just going to make it a straight binding strip. While starting, we are going to fold and then align it with the edge. So how we do a binding, this is very simple. I won't be getting into complete details. So all around we'll be putting the binding strip now. When you reach the end, this is the end, we have made a fold when we started. We are just going to overlap the end fabric over here. We are going to overlap and stitch it together, and then we'll cut the excess fabric. So we have overlapped the ending, and we are going to now just cut the excess fabric over here. We will be using it for the other side. Once this is done, we cut the excess fabric. We'll have to complete the binding. So for completing the binding, we need to double fold this binding. So it will be one fold and two folds, so that the raw edge is enclosed inside the binding strip. So two folds and the raw edge will be enclosed inside. We are going to do this all around, and first we will be clipping this. So we'll do this completed till the end. We have clipped the binding strip right till the end. Now we will be making a stitch all around. We can either hand stitch or machine stitch it. We have finished stitching the entire binding strip. So our one side is completely ready, and this is how it looks. So it's perfect. Now we'll move on to the other side. So for the other side, we have placed the entire pouch on the wrong side like this. We'll be placing the body right side inside the pouch, and we will continue till we complete it with the binding strip. So our pouch is complete and done, and this is how it looks. Now the only thing left is to turn it to the right side. So we've turned it to the right side, and we are going to attach the swivel clasp that we prepared. The shape has come out perfect. It looks nice. So this is how we have prepared this pouch. Please to try this and let me know in the comment section if you have got any doubts. I'll surely try and clear them. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.